Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing another Swiss Khans of Tarkir draft. Sultai Ascendancy is the rare. I don't think we're going to take that one, although it is certainly playable. I think we probably just take the Raider Spoils first pick. I'm pretty cool with that. That seems good to me. Wind Scout and Alpine Grizzly are also pretty decent options. But yeah, Raider Spoils has a lot of upside. And getting it this early can really help us make a warrior deck more easily. Really get all we want out of that. Geez. Well, a couple really good teamer cards in here. I think they kind of stand out as far and away the strongest. Bear's Companion's just a really good card. It even works well with Raider Spoils, even though it's 4 colors. I mean, the on-color picks for Raider Spoils, if we want to be in warrior colors, are really like black and white. But Krumar second pick's not very exciting. You can always find those. Smite the Monstrous is an okay pick here, but it's not terribly exciting. I don't mind second picking a Bear's Companion, but it just sort of sucks because we're passing a Teamer Charm. So we're passing like 2 really good Teamer cards, which makes it a little more questionable. Well, I'm running out of time here. I think I'm going to take the Smite. I'll get a removal spell. It's early enough where I could have taken the Bear's Companion, but I don't know, taking a 3-colored card right after the Raider Spoils. That's none of the colors. I don't know. That was a fishy pack. I can take Scoured Barrens here, and I'm not really passing much of anything. This is a pretty light pack as well. Best card remaining is maybe, I don't know, another Smite, which I probably don't really need to take right away. Followed by, I don't even know, nothing. Highland Game. It's a pretty weak pack. Barrens actually seems like the strongest card for sure. Okay, so a couple good lands for Mardu. There's a Grizzly, which I do like, but that moves us into Abzan. Burn Away is a good card. I think I might just take the Outpost here. It seems like it's got a lot of upside. Helps us a lot to get into Mardu more easily. And Raider Spoils in Mardu, I think, works best, since not only do you have a ton of warriors, but you have a lot of token generation. So Trumpet Blast and Raider Spoils get a lot better. Burn Away is a pretty reasonable pick here too, but I'm going to take the Outpost. Okay. I think I'm taking the Ripper. Horde Ambusher's fine. I'm a big Ruthless Ripper fan. And I like it more than anything else in this pack, including the Rite of the Serpent, so seems good to me. Well, here's an Abzan guide that's 6th pick. That might be the sign we need that Abzan's the right direction to go. I mean, this is a really powerful card. It's certainly the most powerful card remaining in here. The pick that would leave us in Mardu would be Sage Eye Harrier, and it is a warrior, but I don't really like it here. I think we're pretty easily just taking the Abzan guide, possibly moving into Abzan straight up because of that. Nomad Outpost is still fine, as it gets us both black and white. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Start moving some stuff around a little bit here. What do we got now? There's a few actual decent red cards. Brave the Sands is actually pretty good with Abzan Guide and Ruthless Ripper, but I'm not a big fan of this card in general. The red cards are pretty good. I mean, they're presumably better than our green picks, but I think I might just take the Bloodfell Caves. I can still splash a red card, or I can get out of Abzan Guide if I have to, but neither Bringlow or Bloodfire Expert are terribly exciting, especially if red is my splash color. I don't know if it is yet, but we're still kind of establishing that. I think I'd take Dismal Backwater here. The reason being, if I get like a treasure cruise, it might be worth splashing for, but that might be a bit excessive. Gotta remember to take my picks. Otherwise, unsorts everything. Alright, well, if we're in Mardu, that's the right pick, but Defiant Strike's good with Delve and with Prowess. Bitter Revelation's probably just the best card for us, so I guess I'll take it. This is definitely shaping up to be a weird deck so far, but I'm not too worried about it yet since it didn't really pass anything too crazy. It's not like we're straight up not in the right colors, you know. Roar of Challenge is pretty strong. I only have 2 creatures currently, though, which makes it a lot worse, but Roar of Challenge is a good way to beat somebody. I guess I just take the Krumar because it's a warrior and we can use First Strike on it, but we're already getting a few 4-drops, which I don't really like. But then again, Bitter Revelation's not exactly something this deck wants. I'd rather play the Krumars, I guess, but as expected, they both tabled. So I expect like someone went into Teamer, you know, passing those Teamer cards, at least a couple people. So I was expecting to get some more cards in black, white, green, and red. But I guess green and red are in Teamer, so that's understandable. But a lot of black, white has been getting cut, I think. So we didn't get any terribly exciting black and white picks. We do have some good lands, though, which is nice. Nice base to work off of. I don't really like the Cavalry, so I guess I'll take Scout the Borders, but I don't really like all that much either. So this deck definitely needs some cheaper stuff to really get going. I definitely have the feeling we're competing for these colors, but I don't know what to do about it. Guess I could have moved into Teamer, but I didn't see anything too terribly exciting in Teamer either. I mean, besides the Pack 2, you know, with the Charm and the, whatever it's called. Bear's Companion. Alright. So, Pack 2, we're definitely going to have to do a little bit of work here. Get some nice creatures. Unfortunately, we didn't get any fixing that helps with Abzan Guide, which kind of sucks, but it's okay. Jeez, Icy Blast is good. Here's a land, but I was kind of hoping to get something that actually is cheap, works with us, like Hateblade, but then again, white was getting... We only have 1 white pick, which is kind of surprising. So maybe we go green, black, splash white. Yeah, actually that works fine. Let's do that. I'm going to take, because I feel like we were seeing green picks later than... I mean, yeah, but then it's not going to be as good as the Raider Spoils, which kind of sucks. I mean, Raider Spoils is still going to be good, but that extra value is so good. I have to think about this. I mean, Heart immediately goes to Hateblade. It's not like we got a ton of green picks either. We didn't get a ton of picks outside of black. It's kind of the issue. All right, let's take the Hateblade. I'm going to try and scrounge up a warrior deck if I can. I could also take the Take-Up Arms, which is really good with the spoils. But I'm going to take the Hateblade. I'm going to start getting some cheap guys. I'm going to see if I can't make a warrior build of some sort work. I'm going to take the Bondkin over the little Bondkin over the big one. There's also an Empty the Pits, but I mean, we're pretty deep black. I just don't really want to make a Empty the Pits deck. Not really too attracted to it. It's a pretty powerful effect, but it's still early enough where I can make a warrior, a pretty solid black-white aggressive deck work, I think. Even though we got cut in Pack 1, I still think we can make it work here in Pack 2. Yeah. So now we're at least seeing some pretty good cards. Horde Mate, ordinarily pretty good. I think we want the Feet because it works really well with a Death Touch and with a Bondkin or any of our other creatures when a Bondkin's out. So I think I want that. Hopefully wheel Behemoth. I don't think we're going to wheel the Horde Mate, but that's all right. All right, Ripper. Geez, Raider Spoils 2, Ruthless Ripper. Honestly, I'd like to take a second Raider Spoils. I still feel like it's early enough where I can like cut Bitter Revelation, maybe cut Smite. Let's cut Scout the Borders now. I think Ripper's probably the correct pick though, seeing how as Death Touch is very strong in this format. Having double Raider Spoils is pretty insane though. Pay 2 life, draw 2 cards. You could just draw your whole deck. Or just make your guys huge. Already have so many 4-drops, it seems very congested. I'm going to take the Ruthless Ripper. I feel like we actually need it. Skull Hunter seems fine here. No problems. Get another Warrior. There's another Abzan Guide. There's also a Throttle. But Abzan Guide's actually a Warrior. Lifelink seems very important in this deck. And it actually flips Ruthless Ripper, which is kind of nice too. Blossoming Sands would be very good. But I'm in the market for some nice creatures right now, since we kind of got screwed a little bit in pack 1. Alright, easy Saddle Brute here. Jeez, Abzan Charm too. This pack's got everything we want. Jungle Hollow, another Guide, Abzan Charm, of course. We don't have any removal, really, beyond that, what, a Feat and a Smite. We already have so many 4-drops. I'm going to take, I guess I'm taking the Abzan Charm. I want this Saddle Brute. We already have so many 4-drops. I mean, clearly Saddle Brute's better than Krumar. I guess I take the Saddle Brute anyway, because I'm probably just not going to do Bitter Revelation. And I may not do Smite. I don't know. That's tough. All right, Armament Core is a great pickup. Just a tremendously strong card in general, but doubly so in a deck like this. It wants a bunch of Warriors, a bunch of fatties. Works well with the Bondken. All right, we could take the Ancestor. It's a fine 1-drop. We could take the Dismal Backwater. Still trying to splash Treasure Cruise. I guess I'm not really too excited about that. Typically a Warrior deck wants a Rush of Battle, but we're still having we have too many 4-drop problem. I'm going to take the Disowned Ancestor. I'm not a big fan of it in general, but it seems like it'd be good in this deck, and I'm hoping, I guess, that we don't need a Rush of Battle, but we may. I just feel like we're not doing enough early, so I want to make that happen. I guess we take the Sandbar. Valley Dasher I'm a little less worried about because I can probably come up with something to block it, but then again, we're still a little bit top heavy. And no green fixing, but all this fixing is kind of crappy, but could take the Banner, I guess. Yeah, I guess we take Banner here, actually. Krumar number 3 seems unnecessary, but nothing else here is good. It is a Warrior, I guess. Alright, Become Immense is a good card. I'll take that. It's probably fine on the splash. Well, I mean, this deck definitely got hooked up from this pack, but still going to have a hard time generating green with no fixing. Armament Core is kind of the highlight of that pack. That card's phenomenal. Take a second Banner. And a Grizzly last pick. Oops, moved all my stuff. Yeah, I don't think we're playing multiple Banners. Although, no, I don't think... That's actually ridiculous that Grizzly went last. That's just... That doesn't make sense, but whatever. We don't have much for Raid. I mean, we're definitely competing in our colors, but even with the competition, we're still doing pretty good. We're going to be able to make a deck, so that's not an issue. The main issue is I'd like some more cheap stuff that's good, you know. Let's see here. I guess we just take the Watcher. It flies. We probably have enough white to unmorph it, because Abzan Guide maybe. There's just nothing else that's really worth our time. Swiftwing. Sultai Flare is actually fine, but We are still good on the 4-drop front. Treasure Cruise might be fine, but not really excited about it. Let's take the Watcher. Flies. Followed up with, geez, Savage Knuckleblade. Card's so good. I think it's a pretty easy Horde Chief here, actually. Over the Scavenger. Throttle is actual removal, so I guess I can take that. So this would be a 17 land deck. I think we're probably going to have to be 18 lands. I don't think I'm doing the Dismal Backwater, so I'd already have to make a cut. So I guess I don't have to run Banner if I'm running 18 lands. I think I have to run 18 lands to successfully make the green work in this deck. Salt Road Patrol's yet another 4-drop. I mean, tempted to just hate something. I don't think I'm going to play any of these cards. I'm going to hate the Burnaway, I think. Just because it's a good card. I mean, like I said, we've got a deck. All right, we actually need this Jungle Hollow since we have a deck already. Otherwise, War Behemoth or Right would be fine. But yeah, we actually just need that Jungle Hollow. We're not playing the Bloodfell Caves. Feat of Resistance number 2 is pretty good. With 16 creatures, 2 of which have Death Touch. But we're kind of short on the early game. We only have 4 creatures. There is a Molting Snakeskin in here too, which I guess is actually pretty decent with Double Ripper, Hateblade, but I mean, I guess we have enough creatures to make Feet work, so I could probably do it. Otherwise, we can take a Rush of Battle, which is okay. I guess we're not doing Alpine Grizzly either. So Feat of Resistance is pretty good. Having multiples even. Yeah, I'll take Feet. I'm okay with that. None of these cards matter. I do have a couple of Feats, but and a Bondkin and an Armament Core. But still, it's not enough to really make that card exciting for me. We'll take the Scoured Barrens just because it actually helps with the mana base quite a bit. Removal, I guess we are pretty short on removal. We just pretty much have a Smite and a Throttle. It's not the worst. All right, we did get a Rush of Battle, which I think I mean, might as well play. Probably cut one of these Krumars. Just because we're so 4-drop heavy. But playing 18 lands, we should be okay. Be nice to get one more cheap creature if I could. I guess Swiftwing is definitely a card. Guess we can take it. Probably cut the Snakeskin. Even though Snakeskin's decent in here. I would just want my creature count to be high enough to make Rush of Battle worth my time. Alright, Naturalize for sideboard. Become Immense is like a pseudo removal spell since it's a big trick. It also is a nice way to finish the game with like a evasive guy like Swiftwing or Watcher. Typically do not play the Swiftwing, but I think I might make an exception for this deck since we've got some We got a couple raid guys, and first strike's not completely irrelevant. But admittedly, Swiftwing's not that great. None of these cards are great. Guess I'll take the Mastodon. Our deck's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I'd like it to be more aggressive than it is. I lost to Hall of the Horde before. I'll take that. I'd like it to be more aggressive than it looks, but I still think it's fine. Seek can be a good card. I already have a Naturalize. Bondcan that's actually a great pickup this late. I'll definitely run that over the Swiftwing. So I'm pretty happy I got that. We're still a little bit 3 and 4 drop heavy, but we're going to, like I said, we're playing 18 lands, so I don't think we're going to get punished as bad for that. And typically people don't expect the Ripper flip up, so they'll attack. What's nice about Ripper is you play it morphed, they attack in when they're at 5 mana. You know, you're on the draw, they're at 5 mana, they have their morph, they attack into it because you're tapped out or whatever. And you get to block, they flip it, and then you flip for free and kill it. So it's kind of a, I think that exchange happens a lot with Ripper, and it really can eat up a lot of their resources at a pretty critical time. All right, let's group stuff separate. We do have 15 creatures. I mean, I don't have to make any cuts either, which is kind of nice. We've already got the deck established. How much morph did I end up with? Decent amount. I've got a total of 4 green cards in the deck. I've got pretty good fixing, 1 green source already. I could probably run, well, let's see, 4 sources of black already, as well as 3 sources of white. So this would be 4 sources of green, 10 sources of black, and 8 sources of white. Let me sort by color. So we're more black than white, but we're still pretty even on when we want to see both fairly early. So I might do maybe 9 sources black, 8 sources white, 5 sources green. Is that probably going to work? I think it will. I do definitely want to make sure I see green, and I feel like 5 sources should help me quite a bit with that. It's not hurting our mana base too much because, like I said, we still have 9 sources of black, 8 sources of white, which is quite a bit. Pretty appropriate amount. I mean, granted, we only need the green for 4 cards in our deck, but definitely want to flip up Abzan Guide as soon as I can. And I want to slam Armament Core as soon as I can too. So I think we'll run it like this. This deck, it's pretty good. You know, it could have been, like I said, we definitely got, we were getting cut in our colors. But I still think it ended up pretty good despite that. I would say it's probably, Ruthless Ripper helps a lot too if I have to hard cast it, you know. On turn, I don't know why I would have to do it on turn 1, but like if I have to on like turn 2 or 3, if I miss a land drop or something, I can do that and still buy some time. Yeah, I'd rate this deck probably 7 out of 10, which is better than I thought it was going to be after pack 1, but we've got some actual finishers in here, and we've got some ways to gain life, so, and Death Touch. Yeah, this deck's not bad. All right. We'll see you round 1.